There it is. Okay, I felt that coming way earlier. Anyway, howdy, gang. Welcome back to Darkwood. Last time we started exploring the swamp, found a big tree made of fleshy people, flesh tree. It seems like it's the origin point of the whole forest. So our goal is to now get on top of it and destroy it. Why from the top? I don't know. I think you'd want to burn the roots, but whatever. Say we also talked to elephant people wearing gas masks. We don't know why they got gas masks. It's possible they're the only real humans in this place. And they want us to find their missing kid, who's somewhere around here. I don't know what's to the south, but I guess this is going to help us with an oxygen tank. Which should let us swim and enter the tree, I guess. I don't know. That's what I remember. Also, we killed Wolfman. He was upset. Something about repairing this thing, too. The air compressor. What do I have in my inventory? A whole lot of nothing. Did I die recently? I don't think so. Ammo. Molotovs. A flashlight there. I don't have a lantern anymore? Surely I died. Oh, that's my shit right there. I gotta repair my shovel. Can it be upgraded? Yeah, it can. They got pipe and board. Actually check if I had shit to trade to them. I probably do. I always do. Fucking logs, meat that I don't need anymore, and sell all that. Bottles. Probably make Molotovs from, but I don't have the cloth to do that. It all goes towards bandages. Which I do have a couple of, so we're good there. Rifle. I only have 2 mags for that. guess that one rotted overnight. Not worth anything, but still I'd like to get rid of it. I don't think I need to carry so much ammo. Probably plenty. This thing needs parts. I'll probably get that from a quest. Maybe that's even what I'm getting from them. I'm just gonna head south. Start looking for the kid. Little elephant boy. That's an enemy, right? Or is it mushrooms? This doesn't really matter. Something to sell if it is mushrooms. That's it. Fuck. I don't need the logs, but I'll take the nails. Something floating inside. Skin looks quite thin. Maybe I can puncture or pierce it with something. And I did. An embryo. Nice. Obviously I should have killed those bugs to make armor, but I wasn't sure which weapon to waste. Forgot I even had this sickle. I've never used it. And sweet smell of mushrooms fills the air. Oh boy. And this looks like the place I want to be. Just got shit all over it. Footprints. Like the weight. Oh my god, fuck. Open it towards me. Doesn't look like there's an entrance to some room from there, so I'm not gonna bother clicking. Fuck! There's so many fucking mushrooms! miss these ones. They're fucking everywhere, bro. Poison killing me faster than... That's bullshit. I gotta bring antidote with me. Where is the antidote? I know I have some. Not the pill. I don't. Need an empty bottle. Guess I'll have to raw dog it again. I've not been finding as much alcohol out here. Strange, because like the swamps where the moonshiners be. Maybe that's just an American thing. My shit. Pliers, I can upgrade the bench with that. Everything inside is Scotch covered in mushrooms. The floor, even though it looks made of wood, depends on key on a key ring. Soft to touch, drawing of 3 flowers etched in. Mushroom Granny. Right, the thing did mention a mushroom lady, but not the kid's hideout. An old woman sits on the weathered rocking chair. Her sleep is deep and peaceful. A handful of ripe mushroom grows out from beneath her thick hair. I totally forgot about sound tests. We're good though. Nothing should have changed. Sometimes it does. I wonder if it would hurt if I picked a mushroom. Wake her up. Hi, Granny. The old lady slowly opens her eyes. For a moment, she stares into space in absent gaze. Finally, she becomes aware of my presence. Wait, you're not. Her empty eyes now take on questioning expression. I didn't expect any guest. She throws a nervous look at the door on her right, and then gazes around the mushroom-infested house. She relaxes a bit. I suppose you won't tell me what you want. And you want something since you're standing here in front of me, right? Eat the old lady. It's the door to my chamber. There's nothing that would interest you there. The old lady puffs her cigarette. Come back when you remember what it is and what you want from me. Old lady examines the photo. Her thoughts wander far away. I remember cars driving along the road, and then they closed it, and they set a fence and gate. Both fence and the gate got devoured by the woods eventually. I think that's how it was. I'm drawing. Old lady takes a drawing and squints her eyes. Yes. You're his father or brother? He came here a few days ago. He was very nervous. He hid in the corner and stayed there for what must have been the whole day. He relaxed in the end. I think he likes it here. I like when he's around too. He enjoys drawing, although his drawings are not very childlike. The woman casts a nervous look in the small window overgrown with mushrooms. This forest is not a place for children, nor old people. It's a place for the likes of you. I saw some villagers through the window yesterday. They were hiding right there. The woman raised her hand in great effort, pointing to an unspecified place with her trembling finger. They were hiding, but I have a keen eye despite my ears. I saw their hungry, hollow eyes. I know what's on their mind. They want to devour me and my house. At first I thought you were one of them, but you seem like you can control your appetite. Get rid of these hungry madmen. The old woman lowers her voice in a silent murmur. Do a good deed, son, and get rid of them. I don't know where they live, but you're young and strong. You'll manage. I'm sure you'll find some clues near my house. You make them go away, and the child will be safe. I'll let him return home. Wait, so you're keeping the child hostage? When did that happen? I thought you just said he came here uninvited. I don't have the flower key. Guess I gotta kill some people, or eat the lady, but she might like poison me or something. I don't trust it. Trying to follow the direction of the footprints, because maybe they were left by the men, if not the kid. Junkyard. No, I remember this. You chill. Ah! You move faster when I'm not looking. What? Oh wow, that did a lot of damage. Oh! Yeah, we're good. I took the meat to like sell it. I don't need to worry too much about that. Hey. A lot of good shit in there. I'll be back. Man, it fucked up my shovel so much. Oh, is that Piotrix's rocket? What's this shit I gave him? We gotta get back home. There's a lot of good shit here. Ideally, I'll break my shovel overnight and I can pick it back up. No! Let me go! Let me go! No! Ugh. What do you do with that? Oh, fuck. Do I even have a battery? I don't know. I gotta get my life figured out here. Oh, I don't have a door. I forgot to repair the door. Shit. Go drink the well while it's somewhat safe. And this. What you do about that, bitch? Oh. Fucker. Really nice lunge attack on that. The corpses are gonna disappear in the morning, so I gotta collect the meat now. Even if I die, that should all be there to sell. Finding's a human spider today. We made it, hell yeah, brr. Run. So I'm gonna need more pliers. The pump action shotgun, hunting rifle. And I already have an AK, I could probably skip the hunting rifle. Double barrel shotgun. The tube magazine. Imagine the pump action just like reloads faster or has a bigger magazine. Double barrel, you can probably fire twice before you need to reload at all. But yeah, down in the junkyard we found 2 mags, so I can just make this. Might need more weapon parts, but there are a few down there at least. Do I have any batteries? Doesn't look like it. Oh wait, there are some. Oh, I can reload the flashlight then. And then put the battery back. Don't waste that. Here I should fill my generator. Some repairs before we leave too. A couple sets of planks, some nails. Okay. Back to the junkyard. I guess we're just doing a loot run. Probably make 2 trips. Now, while we're on this task, I do have some things. A couple things. I think it's mostly shows, but a couple games. Okay, so I kind of forgot to add this one to the list. I'm not entirely sure if I talked about it yet or not. I probably did not, but just to be sure. Shadow of the Colossus, Blue Point Remaster on PS4. I never played the original. I believe I've talked about Pray for the Gods before, which I somewhat liked. I mentioned I never played the original there. So, yeah, now... Yeah, I played this version. It looks very good. Just like the Demon's Souls remake, it's mostly a visual facelift, otherwise they try to be, like, very faithful. Some fans still hate it because they're not going to like anything that isn't just a remaster. This is like a full-on remake that's faithful. So that means that they had to recreate code and stuff. Some things maybe feel a little different. I think some controls are a little modernized, perhaps. That said, it's like my biggest complaint with the game. I think it controls like shit. I've read lots of like posts on Reddit because everybody's talks about this game being amazing. I'm like confused. Why is it fucking handle like shit? Yeah, I haven't played The Last Guardian and it handles similarly to that. So I kind of expected it, but I'm like, yo, what am I missing? Am I doing stuff wrong? And yeah, I kind of was doing some things wrong. There's like hidden techniques you can do to make things handle a bit different. Such as standing when you're on your horse. You can like do this, like control it like a skateboard. It gives you more precise control. Interesting little technique. No point do they tell you about it because it's not like necessary to beat the game or anything, but it's there. Also, like, riding on the other various animals, like the eagles and the fish. There's, like, something you can do, but there's no point to it. Like, any of the upgrades to your stats, like health and stamina, like, you're supposed to shoot down fruit from trees that have fruit and eat it. Or you go to the shrines and you pray at them, and they don't really tell you how to do any of that either. Like, there's a lot of things in the game that they don't explain, and it makes me feel like I did perhaps miss something. But, I mean, it's kind of neat how it's a little cryptic like that. Like, it was fun to discover. It's just like most trees, and there are only a few trees, they're not that common, don't have fruit. But when I saw one with fruit, I was like, oh, can I shoot that? And I just tried it. It gives you such a minuscule upgrade, but when you shoot a few at a time, you'll maybe notice a difference. Anyways, you know the gameplay loop by now. We've talked about it with various other games that have tried to mimic it, like Castlevania Lords of Shadow and, of course, Pray for the Gods. And even that Solar Ash game we've also talked about. That one was a bit different though, because I had a much bigger focus on like movement and fun platforming. Here, it's like a climbing game, mostly. Like, not Uncharted Hold Forward. It's more like you have to squeeze the triggers at just the right time to get your grip right, and yeah, always be holding them. You have a stamina thing to manage, kind of like Breath of the Wild, you know? And the climbing itself took some getting used to, because you actually have to like let go if you want to do like a jump to get up higher quicker. You have to charge your jump, and then at the same time you release the X button, you release the triggers too, otherwise you won't let go and you won't go anywhere. Or you'll just do like a little hop if it like bugs out. I can see like cool potential for expressing yourself when you try and do like the speed runs, because there are, when you go to New Game Plus, you can unlock like time trials. You can try and fight bosses as fast as possible. So like if you're on the flying bird-like one, for example, you could, like, from the head, jump, and you will get pulled back towards the tail, which would have one of its weak spots, you know? It just makes sense to do that. You know, I think most of this meat's gonna rot. I'm just gonna drop it. Another thing is like the jump attack. Apparently that does about as much damage as a full charged attack, but it's also hard to land because you have to jump, which when you're on a moving Titan, you will end up in a place you don't want to be when you jump most of the time. But if you get it done just right, that's like a huge time save. Otherwise, you have to charge it up, and like if the thing starts shaking you off while you're charging it up, you'll cancel your charge up. And you can end up just wasting a ton of stamina trying to maintain your grip during all that. It's a whole ordeal. What I don't understand is why it's so strong, because I don't know what your kid's backstory is, but like, it seems like he doesn't know how to swing a sword. He swings like a complete dumbass. Not that there's any enemies to fight, aside from the various Colossi. Which is something I didn't know about the game. I deadass thought there was only like one big guy, but apparently there's like 16. Pray for the Gods had as well, but it also had little enemies to fight while you were doing your trip there, which this game does not. Obviously, Pray for the Gods came out long after the fact, and it was able to make some changes, for better or worse. I do think that more to do on your trips would have been nice. Like, yeah, it's a pretty scene, but it's still kind of low detail. As in, like, the bonus artwork, you can see side-by-side comparisons of various scenes, and you can see that some of the personality was lost. Like, they used to rely very heavily on God rays, and now it's just, like, natural lighting. But, like, the God rays looked good. They added a lot of character to the scenes. And, you know, not every piece of geometry is one-for-one the same. But specifically, when you're outside, it's just, like, flat, perfectly mowed lawns still. Like, the grass texture looks great, don't get me wrong, but it's not like tall grass like you'd expect from Ghost of Tsushima or something. You know, it looks more like it's an up-res version of Hyrule Field. It's what I had in my head when I played Ocarina of Time as a kid. Alright, workshop's maxed. Guess you have to find an AK, huh? I need one more set of weapon parts. Blade can be sold. Tube mag. I should have kept some of those mushrooms. You also have a bow. The bow is a little pointless. Like, it does damage, very small amounts of chip damage, but you're not going to, like, kill. I don't think it can get past, like, a damage threshold unless you've actually struck a weak point with your sword. You're kind of doing, like, acupuncture on the Titans, by the way. They have, like, a set number of weak points that you gotta stab, and then just, like, black smoke gushes out of it. It fills you up after you've slain it, which is part of the story. Doesn't really make sense until, like, the very last minute, but alright. I feel like they could have handled that whole arc better. Like, seeing the smoke more gradually affect you instead of just only right at the end of the game. The fuck is this? Yeah! I haven't used the matches for anything, but I feel like I need to keep that because I spent shovel health on it. Yeah, the bow's really just for drawing attention, which is useful in some cases because most of the Colossi don't really give a shit about you. They kind of just walk around and it's like dangerous trying to get on them, but like you kind of just have to sit there and be like, okay, how can I get on them? Where's the fur? Is there like an environmental thing going on that I can maybe use to my advantage? There's only like a couple, like the bird one will charge at you when you're on the ground, but that's literally just so you can mount it. Like you just sidestep and hop on its wing. And what the first one you play is like an ogre. He has a club. He'll swing at you. And there's another. It's like a knight. Does about the same thing, but he's bigger. And he's harder to climb up to, of course. But speaking of being harder to climb up, their achievements say there's like a way to beat him without breaking his armor. So there's like more speedrun tech to discover. I haven't done any of the New Game Plus stuff yet. I mean, I feel like I should give it a try just because I feel like I'm missing something still. And there's like all the... In the map screen, which is like the only real menu in the game, you can see... like equipment, sort of. It looks like some of it's just like skins for the horse or stuff like that, but there's also, like weapons, stuff that seemingly is going to give you a stat bonus, maybe make things even faster after you've done one of the time trials. And I think one of them, I'm not sure if it's for doing any of the speed runs, but there's like a sailcloth you can get, like a parachute. I'm not sure if that was in the original game or not. I feel like that was something they added in Pray for the Gods, and they just thought it was nice. You go alongside the game's new collectible coins. They're like these little shiny things that make a noise when you're near them. It has something to do with a YouTuber. You can collect all of them, and there's a special sword you get too. You basically need the parachute to get to most of them, because you have to like do some out-of-bounds type platforming, climb on shit you're not supposed to, jump off ledges. But that can also help a lot with fighting bosses faster. So, you know, just the existence of the sailcloth alone implies that there's maybe more mechanics for me to learn that can make the game more enjoyable. As it is, I thought it was just alright. Like, again, there's 16 bosses, but they're also the only enemies in the game. Still, it's a pretty wide variety. A couple of them are very similar. It's not like they're all feel totally unique, but still, it's something. And finding them isn't like a terrible experience or anything. It's neat. You like hold up your sword and it reflects the sun, makes like a pointy beam. And when you're in the boss fight, you can use that beam to locate the weak points on the boss. Though with the way the map's laid out, it doesn't always point you in such a clear direction. Like it'll point you towards mountains. Is like, is it behind the mountains or is it inside them? Sometimes there's a cave, you know? Like, it's weird. Controlling the horse, I never quite understood, like, it... I get why it feels the way it does. The horse is like its own entity, it kind of controls itself, you just give it suggestions. But, like, speeding up, I never figured out if you're just supposed to tap Y once and he speeds up automatically, or if, like, you're supposed to keep mashing it, like in Red Dead. I found out there's a way you can, like, rear it back and then hit speed up and it'll put you at max speed right away. That was pretty cool, neat discovery. You know, I should drink the well. Also, another thing with standing on the horse is you can, like, jump off the horse more effectively when you do that. So, again, just another neat mechanical discovery the game didn't tell you about. And, like, that is enjoyable. I'm just feel like they could have told me about it. It doesn't make me love or hate the game any less. I just would have enjoyed the game more if I was able to do it for the first half before I discovered it. Also, like, a big open field to, like, the south of the map that wasn't really utilized for no reason. There was a bunch of fruit in it you wanted to explore, but there's nothing. The last Colossus is in, like, a temple down there, but just a massive chunk of the map you don't really need to go, ever. Hmm. Now, obviously, it was very good looking when it came out. I don't want to say it's the best looking game ever for the time it came out, though. Like, I mean, look at other PS2 games. Demon's Souls was also similarly good looking. And of course, the remaster for both of the games looks great. Both done by Bluepoint, right? But, I mean, that can't be the only reason people love it. I'm still not sure what I'm missing. Other than just that, you know, I've played similar games at this point. It's just not that unique. But then again, those other games like Solar Ash and Pray for the Gods and even Lords of Shadow, like I don't hear people talk about them too much. And you know, I think a couple of them were even received kind of poorly. So, I mean, that tells me that maybe that isn't like what people are loving about the game either. I just don't know. I don't get it. I haven't read a good explanation. I haven't seen anyone explain it. I just thought this was supposed to be a timeless classic. And I'm like, it's kind of alright. Like, the controls were incredibly frustrating at times. It was needlessly vague with basically everything, including the story. Any text you find is like not even in English until later. I'm pretty sure the Colossi all have names you can find in New Game Plus. And, you know, it was relatively short. I think I maybe played it 3 times, so it was probably like around 10 hours. Not so bad. Short enough that I will check out the New Game Plus content and see if my mind changes a bit, but for now it's just like occasionally frustrating, somewhat good looking. Like I'm feeling like kind of the 6 range. Like I guess I had an above average time. I didn't hate it by any means. I just disappointed and confused. See, this game's a little vague with like what it wants you to do most of the time too, but it never hit any controls for me. Like I don't think there's any moves I can do that I don't know about. There was the backstep I maybe accidentally discovered, but like it's not all necessary to ever do that, right? Gas. These pills, I don't know what they do, and I don't care. Sell them. I'm not even gonna fuck with these, honestly. I should just sell it. I feel like I'm just gonna blow myself up with it. It's low-key why I don't use Molotovs offensively either. Plus, to even reliably aim it, I have to like sit there and line up my shot. Very dangerous. shotgun shell. And I can just buy the weapon parts, right? I have a lot of money with this guy. And if he has rags, I should probably get those too. And alcohol. I might have plenty of pills, but still. I don't see alcohol. It's fine. Pump action. Pump that shit. No, I don't know when to pull that out of my inventory, otherwise healing is the way to go. Yep. Alright, we're gonna go back to like regular exploring. I think I got whatever I need from the junkyard for the most part. Wanted to put more fuel in here and then we can get a move on. Gonna find some to waste a bullet that's in my single shot shotgun. Then I'll just leave that sitting in there. Let me read my journal real quick. Starving villagers plan to eat her. She'll let me take the boy only after I've taken care of them. However, she was unable to tell me where they live. Advised me to look around her cottage. Maybe I'll find some clues. Found a junkyard. Maybe I can find something of good value here. Yeah, plenty. Other than the footprints, it's possible they live like cottage near junkyard. But I haven't found a way to that cottage, so I don't know. Maybe it was blocked off until after I started the quest. Oh, right, so next on the list we have Rustler. Let me pull that one up because it's indie. Nice one, yeah. So they were trying to imitate like a 2025. I hate that I have an account and I can't remember my fucking birthday, so I just lie every time. Yeah, this is trying to be like a top-down GTA style game, which the first two GTA games were top-down, and there's also the Chinatown Wars on DS, probably a couple other spin-offs like that, but it's medieval, but like goofy medieval, like when the guards are chasing you, they still have the red and blue lights on them. And you ride your horse through a pimple horse to like change its color scheme and lose your wanted level. Like it's you know, like Shrek, kinda. And the characters also do a lot of like references to movies and SNL sketches and probably other games. I don't know, it's a lot of references. Stuff that I don't all recognize, but let's say, for example, the Spanish Inquisition shows up and they just talk about how nobody suspected them every time. Nobody ever suspects Spanish Inquisition. It's like, you know, it's like Family Guy. They do referential humor all the time, but they usually, like, take something and, like, put it out of context, or they, like, just make it a sillier situation. Rather than just wholesale stealing a joke like that. They lock themselves, what's happening? But, I mean, it's up to you whether or not you find that funny or even ethical. But, yeah, it's whatever, I didn't care. Some of it was funny, some of it was not. Like, I don't think that bit's all that funny, personally. Of course, maybe that's because I've never seen the original sketch. Heavy smell of gasoline in the air. I like a trapdoor on the floor. Oh! What did I say? It's why don't use fucking Molotovs, bro. The combat is very jank. You kind of just like waggle your weapon back and forth like Oblivion, but you have stamina, so you do have to worry about spacing, and you actually die very quickly too. I think there was a difficulty setting, and I picked the hard one, so that was my bad. Wouldn't recommend. There is like a parry system, but it's pretty tough. Maybe that also has to do with the difficulty level I picked. There's like a power attack you can do. It doesn't really do more damage, just only for like breaking blocks. Which is kind of pointless because if you break the block, it still absorbs the damage, and then they recover before you recover from the heavy attack, and it's like no damage was done. And I guess he did a little more damage to the shield, but I'm pretty sure the shield just absorbs like a certain number of hits, so it's actually better to just waggle your sword at it than to power attack it. They do occasionally bleed, that's nice, and like the different weapon types all feel different at least. So it takes some getting used to, but maybe if you didn't like waggling your sword, you prefer something a bit more deliberate, there's like the scythe you can use, it's a bit better. One-shots most things, but it's also very slow, and it has reach. And like the spear is pretty decent too, especially if you're on a horse, you can like, you know, joust. Fuck! And the world itself, there isn't much to do. There are little activities you can pick up. They're just like, kind of like GTA. It's like you did a mission and now this is an activity you can do. Like, when you pick up corpses, you gotta get a card, just pick them up in time. Just, basically just a race. Checkpoint race. And then you can find, like, corpse cards just around the map and do activities. There's a little checklist of, like, there's 7 of these somewhere around the map, but they're unmarked, which is a little annoying, honestly. Don't look at it. It's like automatically drawing my focus. It's, you know, just looking away from the mouse pointer. It's kind of cool. Ah! Sometimes if you, like, steal the correct kind of horse, like a delivery horse or a taxi horse, which has the yellow and black paint, of course. Kind of funny. It'll come with a job you can do, so you can, like, play crazy taxi for a little bit on your horse. But that and the delivery one both just amount to riding around to points on the map, as well as the corpse gathering one. Like, it's all the same shit. It's not too detailed. NPCs exist to be murdered and robbed. You collect money, but there's nothing to really spend it on other than, like, just food. Get your health back, but you don't even need to do that most of the time. You can just break a barrel or something. I don't want you here. Fuck you, you hear me? I want my shit back. That's where I died. Yeah, all there really is to do aside from all that crap is just, missions. Isn't bad. You just go from point to point doing your missions, getting some jokey story in. You know, with the medieval crime story. Again, with everything being references and jokey, it doesn't really hit particularly hard. They couldn't even bother giving the characters real names. Most people just have titles, and like, your character is named Guy, his friend is named Buddy. And, you know, Buddy's your buddy. Technically, Guy and Buddy are names, but like, it's meant to be a joke exactly like that. Just like, they're lazy names. There's my shit. That's valuable. Play around fucking me. I never did it. And it wasn't particularly long. Again, I can look at my stats from it. I think it's been like, what, 12 hours, about that much. I know it says 0.9, but there was like bathroom breaks and like me save scumming to try and get the achievement for beating the game without dying, which I didn't even get because you have to do all the side activities, which again are not marked on your map. So I'm a little upset about that. You see, most people didn't even finish the main story. I'm one of 7.3% of players. So when I say it wasn't like worth my time, I don't mean it like it's awful. And it could be a bit smoother of an experience, but like the story doesn't really have any value. I don't think the jokes are all that funny because they're just referencing other things. Combat's a bit janky. Holes! My holes! Small hole? Someone inside this hole. I can barely make out its silhouette. Over a grown man with long disheveled hair, completely covered in mud. I mean, quite wide tunnel. There are finger marks on the ground. Must have been dug out using hands when where it leads. Is this a shortcut back home, like before? Yes, it is. That's perfect. Sell that. My holes. Ah! He's a centipede! God, it creeps me out more than when I just, like, normally see the enemy. I feel like he's gonna attack me, but he can also just be a creepy guy. Do you not like that I use this hole? Reuse hole? So, yeah, I'll give it like a 5. I mean, it was functional enough to finish, you know, there's nothing particularly wrong with it other than just being a little jank in places. I had a pretty, like, mid expression on my face most of the time, though. Like, maybe you will find some things funnier than me. But, like, that coupled with a little bit of frustration and just, like, any enjoyment I had was quickly stamped on. I also don't feel the game uses its mechanics very much. Like, there is the wanted levels, but there's like 2 pimple horses in the game. You gotta know where they are and get to them. And that and getting off your horse to pick up a wanted poster is basically all you can do to get rid of it. It could have been more play with that, higher escalation with the enemies that come after you. Gutted pig. Ah! I forgot to mention there's a skill tree. It's not much of a skill tree. Like, some of the things feel like they were essential mechanics, like picking up stuff while you're on the horse. Or being able to reload your crossbow while you move. We managed to break through. Huh? Oh, fuck. Yeah, a lot of stuff in there just felt like essential, so the game did start to feel a little better as you did missions to get points, or there's little horseshoes hidden around you can collect. Not exactly hidden, they're just kind of out in the open, but so you gotta comb the map to get them all. And you cannot max yourself out, to my knowledge, unless maybe one of the side activities gives you a bunch. I had a whole bunch of things I still need to purchase, and I found most of the horseshoes. It did give me like 20 points for doing the final mission, which is a little ridiculous. It makes it feel rushed. So there's nothing particularly game-changing in there, it's just like this should have been here all along. Kind of like when you played Gothic and like until you got some basic weapon training you fought like an idiot, or just like Kingdom Come, like... It's just something you should have, it's not necessarily like a cool thing when it happens. Except in Kingdom Come, there it's like... You literally had to work your ass off for it. It's more than just paying a trainer. And even in Gothic, there was like technique to fighting, but I never learned it. You can just waggle your weapon, it's fine. The game's good for other reasons, not the combat. If I don't lock these doors, why don't they just open them instead of trying to smash them like assholes? What the fuck are you doing right now, bro? The dog? Oh, he went away. He's like, oh no, a sane person would have just opened the door for me. It must be empty. Oh, what the fuck? I can't help that one. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Not a bug. Oh, we tricked the trap. Come on, man. Attacking the door, you mangy fuck. Not a fucking bug, are you kidding me? Hold on. I have a Molotov that I'll hurt myself with again. Promise. Ah! Bro, don't worry. I swear. Ah. Alright, well, since I have time, I'm just gonna use my torch. Oh, it did over here too! I think you can sneak over the chest. Oh damn, I think the quick attack uses a lot of health. Got more rags, give me those. A severe deficit of rags. I never checked if I could like get a 4th upgrade on my weapons now the bench is maxed. Can. Okay, so if I found pipes or I bought pipes and some tape. Pipes and tape. Good to know. You have a pipe on you, don't you? And tape. Yeah. Pipes and tape. Grab some pills. Need more pipe though. I should set up another bear trap. Oh, and I gotta repair the fucking barricade. Beans. Wow. Bear trap. Yeah. Yeah, I did forget to say it again. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even leave the base yet, bro. Come on. Get out of my life, bitch. Alright, I do have the altars to talk about. I mean, I've been putting it off for a while, but I don't want my thoughts to get stale because replaying has been going very slow for me. I wanted to get like multiple endings before I gave my final thoughts, but yeah, and I'll talk about that soon. If these are the men who were supposed to kill down the quarry, I'd want to be prepared to read text and stuff, so I'm gonna skip to a show instead, or a shorter thing. I caught up on seasons 4 and 5 of Dunmachi. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls inside a dungeon? Apparently Americans don't use the abbreviation that the weeaboos use. I don't know. The name's too long to call it anything else. It's also just such a cringe name. But, well, I talked about it plenty before. So, you know I enjoy it. For the most part. So after the last arc, which wasn't completely devoid of action or the dungeon, but was mostly time spent on the surface, they decided to go into the dungeon again, finally. In fact, Bell just leveled up. He's one of the higher level adventurers now. And he is forming like a mega party to do a deep expedition to, like, further than most people have gone. And something goes terribly wrong during that. This whole bullshit goes down related to Miss Ryu. There's only one way into the old quarry. Yeah, a lot of people die. A lot of faceless characters die. I think that there was, like, some serious plot armor going on. Like, Bell specifically dies at least 3 times and gets fixed up, like, in a short amount of time. It's kind of ridiculous. Still, big boss fight against a scary thing, so that's cool. And specifically our boy Welf gets a big power-up in the form of an infinite magic sword. First one ever forged. That's actually pretty huge. So their plot armor, like, you know, Bella you'd expect to not die, of course, but, like, everyone else, I feel like maybe a little much. Like, the whole party gets very fucked up and they get split, so there's kind of 2 stories going on at once at a point. I think it's funny how they show, like, battle damage. Like, the show is mostly clean, right? It's the whole thing is Bell's like, you know, he's this goody two-shoes virgin type who, while he has a whole harem around him, he isn't making moves on any of them. But that doesn't stop them from making suggestive imagery occasionally. So, like, Lady Aisha, she's like she's with Ishtar, right? Her older familia kind of runs the red light district, right? She dresses like an exotic dancer. Goes into battle with just some rags over her tits. And like So when everyone else is all torn up and bleeding and shit, she's just like got a couple cuts and her rags are a little torn up. Like they were already barely covering anything before. It's just like she really doesn't look that damaged. It was like really silly to me. But then, in Season 5, right, there's a fight against, like, a nurse. She's, like, completely covered up. And then when she gets into battle, she gets, like, torn down to just ripped up panties and shit. Like, how is this how you portray damage? It's so silly. Now, of course, it's horny charged, but, who cares? It's not the focus of the show, and that's what makes it okay. Beans. Ow. Hold on, he probably needs to go out. It was food time soon. So yeah, season 4 was split into 2 parts. One was like the start of the expedition, and the other one was like the plot armor half, where they're all suffering the whole time. And that turns into like a big bonding experience between Bill and Ryu, which is important for the next arc. Because someone is finally gonna confess, or maybe a couple someones, because, you know, they're all jealous, and, like... I usually don't like the surface arcs very much, but I thought it was funny that, like, this is where they went. This is the biggest possible drama. That they're all, like, sabotaging each other, but nobody's actually ever, like, overtly said that they love them. So they just kind of like sit there and be jealous, but they're also still trying to sabotage, and this ends up turning into a war between a couple familias. Again, like, conceptually silly. But I thought that was, like, not such a bad surface arc, because again, the war, like, there was actually violence. They were, like, fighting to the death, kinda. Everybody gets resurrected. Like, those are the rules, you know, they're on surface. It was like a game, a war game, but still, they were getting hurt, they were dying and shit. What I thought was ridiculous about it is that when the stakes were so high, and they said after the last adventure, Bell already leveled up again. Because of course he did, or he fought like a crazy monster that murdered everyone. Of course he got something out of that. They said it just hasn't been long enough, so we're gonna hold off. But then when they get to that, and then again the stakes are high, they decide he doesn't need to be in his best possible condition. I'm like, why? He gets his ass kicked there too. Other people win the thing. Yeah, I am pointing out a lot of plot armor, and yeah, it does annoy me. But it could be worse. I have seen worse somehow, believe it or not. Huh? Where'd the pitchfork go? Yeah. Oh, it's just there. I feel like I'm carrying too much crap. Fine, no, I guess I mostly need it. I'm about to fight a bunch of dudes still. I didn't need that yet. I thought it was the hole. Anyways, being on the surface, a couple of the gods actually got to use their power finally. It was neat to see that. Normally they have to, like, sit back and just cheer people on like Pokemon trainers, but, you know, they get to actually do stuff when they're up there. It was a fun time. I'm not gonna say that I'm, like, totally glued to it the way I was with Season 1, but, like, you know, it's still keeping my attention. Even though it was losing me for a little bit. With around like 2 and 3. The movie was alright. I don't know if I'm supposed to feel bad about this, like, they were trying to kill me. Those guys are, like, injured, but maybe they're even the guys I'm supposed to be killing. I'm not really sure what their deal is. You still mention the quarry in here. Beans is back. Okay, so the kid's in the mushroom lady's house, I know that, so the circle's meaningless. It's just I gotta find the people. And if the footprint's read this way, then it's probably the cottage near the junkyard. I just not sure how to get into it. No, it could have been these guys. I think I would have gotten an alert. Beams are old and soaked in water. They probably scored some giant stone. A solid blow could shake the whole construction. Swamp trap villagers in the quarry with the giant boulder. Okay. And I gotta killed them already, so it's not like I did much. Thing. I will check in with the mushroom. See if I did what needed doing. Hi. Thank you, Perk. There it is. You can tell by all the mushrooms. And what news? We gotten rid of the greedy mob that wants me? Big head or not? Old lady smiles, revealing her white toothless gums. She leans in her armchair, grabs me by the hand heartily. I feel white goo seeping from her hands, smelling of mushrooms. You're a good man, Sonny. I don't feel like a good man. We're looking at trolley problem. There's the infected old woman and all those sick people. I mean, the sick people maybe weren't gonna make it, but like... math. One produces a small key from under her shirt. Here, take the boy to his family. He'll probably be safer there. And come back tomorrow. I'll give you a beautiful gift for the trouble. Alright. If I eat the old lady now, though. No. Child, no. Scary door, flowers, the kid holding the cross, or no, it's the elephant people. I don't know what I'm looking at. Afraid of the dark, or is there shit trying to reach in from the dark? Are they repelling it with the flowers? Is that like what the scent I burn on the stove is? Some kind of flower? Child, where's your elephant suit? The boy is standing under a wall overgrown with enormous mushrooms. He is visibly scared. His lush mop of hair reveals a restless, wide-open pair of eyes. The kid whispering as if reciting something under his breath. The boy covers and presses his back against the soft wall, which starts to ooze with white goo. You extend your arm to the boy. The boy is terrified. Slowly he slumps down from the wall to the ground. Curling into a ball, the murmur turns into loud recitation. One little bear ate a bowl of soup, then another bear came, and there were two. 4 little bears made a sudden pow. Along came a 5th and took a little bow. The boy on your back and leave me to family. When I take the boy into my arms, he starts screaming, reciting the rhyme over and over. One little bear ate a bowl of soup, then another bear came, and there were two. 4 little bears made a sudden pow. Along came a 5th and took a little bow. It's gonna be a long journey. You brought back my child. Boy, Marcin, where have you been? The boy stares at the ground in silence. Come here. Marcinek walks toward the woman, nervously plucking at his old torn sweater. Look at you, where's your mask? And where's the gas tank from your gracious brother? His love protects us, it fills our lungs with clean air. And this is how you thank him, young man? Your childish behavior made him very, very angry. Now we will have to apologize to him for your stupidity. The 2 kids standing behind their mother flinch. The woman grabs the boy's hand and disappears in the hallway. After a while, she comes back with an oxygen tank. Take it. A tank for you. It will protect you from devilish air. The devil's breath and other evils lurking in this foul place. The only thing I have and the only thing I can give you. The tank is a little rusty, but seems intact. On the side, you can see some unintelligible scribblings. The valve opens with a little resistance, but I don't hear a hiss of air. It's empty. Do not open the valve without a need. You will only waste clean air. She pushes my hand away from the valve and closes it hastily. May it serve you well. So, she gave me the kid's oxygen tank because the kid is dead now. She killed the kid. Old gossip. Locked. One mulberry. Oh, I see. It's just dark. We're good. Maybe running north. Move. So I guess I need to maybe dig up that last spot in the junkyard to find the part I need to fix up the oxygen air compressor. And if that doesn't work, I'll have to pull out a guide. Because it seems like the last thing we're able to do. All I need is to get this air tank filled. I can check the journal. Received an oxygen tank from the masculine. Unfortunately, it's empty. I may be able to fill it using the compressor. Yeah, I need to repair it. I'm near the home, but where is it? Yeah, maybe gone too far north. Oh, to the east there. This is it. Okay, I'm gonna take the armor off so I don't waste it. I'd rather have that for when I'm exploring. Course. Yeah, you open that fucking door, see if I care. Only got like 1 or 2 nights left in here. And the door. Big bitch. Oh my god. Can't see. Bear trap one-shot a dog. Seems balanced, right? Okay, well, I could have handled that better. I don't know, I care to barricade that one again if they're gonna keep attacking it. Or it wasn't so bad, but now it's like their primary target. Sleep. Should I just look it up now so I don't waste too much time? Like, I did kind of expect this to be the end. Darkwood, air, compressor parts. Huh? Uh-uh. Okay. Well, it says there is a spare set of parts in the junkyard if that's how you want to do this, but there's also a radio tower area, which might be cool. It's supposed to be somewhere near the holes, like this map is all procedural, I guess, but it's probably over here, where you can find them otherwise, and then I guess there's a way to end the game at the radio tower somehow. I'm not sure how that works. Otherwise, you need the air compressor, which will let you visit other places, like maybe this cottage near the junkyard. It said many interesting places. I'd hope there's more than just the one, but that's the only one I could think of off the top of my head that it might work for. So, I mean, for the sake of just exploring, I'd rather go to the radio tower than dig around the junkyard. Yeah, I imagine it's just right to the northwest here. Northeast. I know my directions, I just don't say them right. I know I said east earlier too, when I was on the west. Anyways, yeah, let's talk about the altars. So I got this when it came out. I didn't actually... I'd heard a little about it, but I wasn't like following it too closely. I just thought it looked neat. Kind of similar to Death Stranding in a lot of ways, which I really like Death Stranding. Still waiting for 2 to get a PC release date, please, soon. I'm getting the FOMO, but I want to play it on PC. Anyways, the long and short of it is you are Jan Dulski, an astronaut on like a mining expedition in space. You're looking for a quantum metal. I forget what the stuff's called, but you know, quantum material means that it exists in multiple states at once, so it's kind of like you don't really see it, right? It transcends space and time in a way. It's kind of just a blur. So, like, if I read a thing about this kind of recently, about how we have created a quantum matter ourselves by, like, we take the normal vibrating frequency of something and we, like, offset its vibration frequency when it's in another state, and then when they line up, it'll just look like a flat sheet, even though it's like a liquid and a metal at the same time or something. And a gas, you know, whatever the matter states are. Great Lake. Here's the radio tower. Anyways, that's just me talking, because the game really makes me want to talk about a lot of things. It's very good sci-fi. I don't know how, like, well researched and well documented all the crap they uses, but like the point of sci-fi is just to make you think. It's obviously not like the truth of what things are yet, but there's a lot of stuff that makes you think here, specifically focusing on like quantum mechanics and like the possibilities of your quantum computer, which is like the other core mechanic of the game. Basically, the mining expedition went bad. Everybody in your crew died except for you. The quantum computer determined that you had the highest odds of survival somehow, and chose to give you the escape pod with oxygen while the other ones are fucked up. Or so we think. That's... whatever. Anyways, you get roped in by a sort of mad scientist who had a cloning project, sort of, that was canceled, and he was just like, you know, they put him in a different department, but you contact him for help, because he's still working for the company, and he convinces you to use the metal alongside the quantum computer to create a clone of yourself and then like simulate a different life path with the quantum computer. to make a different version of you who has like a different job, a different skill set. And from there it becomes like a management game. This is the studio that made Frostpunk. So, you know, you build out your mobile base and you gotta keep people alive, manage their radiation levels and their stress and their sanity, keep them fed, build new facilities and research stuff to keep moving, solve various paths to get to the extraction point with as much of this fancy metal as possible. Because Earth is having some struggles and this metal would really help them out. But it's like really costly to maintain and keep transport, so you can only bring so much back with you. It takes up like a large amount of space. You may need to keep that open for other facilities that'll help you survive. So, like, the game is serious at times, and again, the sci-fi stuff is all interesting, it makes you think, but it doesn't mean the game can't be stupid and silly. Like, again, your crew is made of clones of yourself. It's like, it gets really silly sometimes. But also dramatic, like, you know, they don't like that they were created as tools to help you survive, and that their worlds don't really exist, and, you know, maybe they have problems that just don't fucking matter anymore, and it's hard to come to grips with that. Like, the one guy, the miner, he lost his arm in an accident in his world, but because you made a clone of yourself and just put his brain into it, he now has an arm, but, like, he's supposed to be missing it, and he's feeling phantom limb pain despite having all of his limbs. And I had to, like, cut his arm off to make him feel better, but then he was not as efficient as a worker, so then you have to decide if you want to, like, help him regrow an arm through some experimental shit, or, like, give him a prosthetic. And even then, he has, like, issues with, like, work ethic. He might still work himself to death. And that's just one arc. There's a whole bunch of different characters you can make. There's a limit to your crew size. So part of replaying the game, which is something I do want to do, is getting different alters in your crew, which all have different stories and problems to solve. And apparently there's even like a couple endings that are tied to having a specific set of them and helping them do things. There are achievements to help guide you along to that, but I don't know if there's a true ending necessarily. But one of them, for example, has a very good relationship with his wife, where you are divorced, and he's just really upset with the state of your life. You can decide to, like, send him back in your place if you want. Like, he can go and reunite with your wife and make her happy if you cared. He can become the new one. You will figure out how to hide, because obviously clones shouldn't exist. You gotta figure out what to do with them. That's a whole dilemma that comes down with the different branches the story can take. There are reasons to replay it, and I thought that maybe the survival elements were a little easy on the default settings, so I would like to experience a real challenge on the harder mode as well, but right now I just like made a hard save in the middle of my game so I can see a different ending with the current set of alters I have before I go and pick a completely new group for the next set, for the next playthrough, I mean. Yeah, I mentioned Death Stranding. Instead of just a city building when you're on your mobile base, which is like a big wheel, you also get to go walk around the planet and explore. There are like anomaly things you can fight. It's not real combat, but you have like a flashlight and the things do attack you, or they like fuck with your vision or do some other weird shit. They're neat. And general, you're just trying to secure resources out there. You're looking for ore deposits, you set up extractors, and you can make your altars go and work at them if they're not working at facilities in the base. Usually you have to do it yourself too, and then you gotta do time management stuff. Like Pikmin, there's a lot of little mini timers. Pikmin 2, I should say. Because you're running away from the sun will annihilate you when it shows up. You gotta stay in the shadow. But then, you know, once you relocate, the sun's obviously, like, you know, a bit further away. You got time again. Yeah, I would say in general the game takes itself very seriously, but again, it can get silly at times. And it's nice when it happens, right? I'm gonna read this. We haven't slept again. Another madman came here at night. The second one in this month, he jumped over the fence and tied the man the door with his head. I shot him in the ass with a tranquilizer. Today we're going to transport him outside. Since that accursed tree appeared in the village, an increasing number of savages roam around the hideouts. How do they know about us? The psychos, they can barely talk. The villagers in our sector still have no clue what's going on. It's been 10 years or so. But when they lose it, all they need to do is go into the woods, put some mud on their face, and they come sniffing. Stefan told me the neighborhood sector, the wild ones appear mainly in the vicinity of the hideout located near the tunnel entrance. I don't think it's a coincidence. Why is that? It's because there's a crab burning on the stove? Is it not actually protecting me? On. Oh boy, there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys. No! Damn it. Do that. What was I saying? Yeah, the silly moments are nice. They help keep you like sane because like the management stuff can be very stressful, and they all do have very valid, serious problems to deal with. The story just keeps escalating with what the issues are. More issues pop up over time. It gets more complicated. Act 3 has a real kick in the dick you have to deal with for a while. Well, like, it's cute. Like, you're talking to someone who had a different life from you. He gets to, like, give you closure on some things, right? Like, maybe there was a life path where you didn't abandon your parents who were struggling, and you were there when your mom was sick, or maybe you even became a doctor and cured her sickness, like, instead of going to college and, ending up in a fucking loser. Or, you know, even, like, the most important character you have to have, he's the one alter who's going to be in your game no matter what, is the scientist. He went to college and became a success. And you get to learn from them. There's like a sort of vinyl record pieces you collect from all the altars that teach you life lessons. And those life lessons unlock new dialogue options that can maybe help you resolve situations without doing research or whatever other bullshit. Help you solve Alter's problems just by saying the right thing. And they persist across your various games. Fuck. Stop. Oh my god. Yeah, so when you're on New Game Plus, you get to maintain all these life lessons, and that can help you when you're doing, like, the harder difficulty, perhaps. Or you can at least get new dialogue options. And the game also keeps track of stuff that you've said previously if you do really just want to hear different conversations. It helps, which I really appreciate. It also kind of plays with the whole quantum mechanics theme they had going on. There are some research things that are, like, locked behind a special resource that is very limited. You will not be able to get all of them, so it is kind of important to, like, plan a play style with that. So, for example, I got the botanist altar in my game, and he was to work a garden. There is an upgrade that requires only special resources that lets you, like, grow good food instead of synthetic material out of at one of your sites. So if you have the botanist, it's kind of pointless to get that, because then he doesn't need to really work the farm as often. Just one example. There's plenty of reasons you do stuff like that. When you're exploring, you can also find, like, mementos, and it's cute to see how, like, something that was important to you that you brought along for the mission is, like, also important to one of your alters, but maybe for different reasons. You relive some past memories with them. You also get, like, a game room and that's like you can play beer pong with them to help raise their sanity, lower their stress, whatever. Cute. And the music, I believe there is licensed music in the game, but there is a streamer mode to turn it off, but it'll all be like cheesy stuff, like Billy Idol, Dancing with Myself, like, you know, just like you're literally playing a game with yourself right now. I don't think I remember the code to this. You think you did? Fuck. 8684. Seems like your guy might be some kind of military man. He knows this. It's just kind of annoying. Like, it's the next day now. I didn't really lose anything. I guess I did. Drop some crap there. You can also pick up movies, and you can watch like some actually pretty funny short videos with the group. It's like YouTube quality comedy, but they're funny. And they also play with sci-fi a lot too, and keep it in theme. Those are actually nice to just sit down and watch. I've kind of gone over the main bit of the game, right? It's just like you have to enjoy work games. That's the whole crux of it. I think that there's a lot of very interesting stuff, like narratively, just like Death Stranding, but if you don't enjoy doing a job or management stuff, at least, it is possible to beat the game just by commanding your alters to do shit instead of you, but I don't think that would be very fun. And time passes a lot more quick when you are doing work yourself, so I mean, it's just like find the ore deposit, mine the ore. Hold the button to do that, like, and exploring takes up a lot of time too, but you know. I just think the gameplay itself might not be for everyone, but not to the extent that Death Stranding isn't for everyone. I think it's a lot more straightforward than that, and there's a lot of, like, variety of things to do. Even just, like, logistics, you gotta set up power lines so all your shit can connect back to the base, which can take a while to do. Yeah, manage your energy, like, get over gaps and stuff. And, like, clear obstacles so you don't have to keep expending that same energy. Otherwise, I absolutely loved my first playthrough, at least. Replaying has been a bit of a struggle, but that's also because, again, I just thought the default difficulty was too easy, and I'm trying to do a different path on my first play. So, like, if I was replaying on harder difficulty, I might be having a completely different experience, but, like, my first run was extremely enjoyable. And to get a length of a single playthrough, like a blind one, let me find, it's been a while since I played it again, I've been putting this off for a while. The altars. I have 33 hours in it. I would say maybe 5 of these have been in the second playthrough, so around like 26 hours for one, I'd say. There's some content coming now, too. And I imagine it will be on sale sometime this week for the Game Awards, because it was nominated for Best Strategy Game. But looking at the other nominations, I would say it damn well might be. I'd be very happy if it won an award. I wish it was for something else, like Best Narrative, but I'll take it. It just gets, you know, some appreciation from someone. Yeah, deserves it. It was a great, very unique experience. Even having already played Death Stranding, you know, it's completely unique from that. I just think that they're like, if you enjoyed one, you will enjoy the other. Went backwards. Again, very unique experience. It's something I'm not going to forget anytime soon. I don't know that I would have put it as Game of the Year, though, because there are a lot of great things that came out. Like, I even played most of them, but just, like, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 alone was just, that's goated, alright? It's, like, Game of the Decade, best thing since The Witcher 3. That's my personal nomination there, but again, I didn't even play most of the other things that came out. Like, I'm sure Expedition 33 is amazing. It is on my to-do list. I'm going to pick it up when it's on sale this month. I feel like that's probably going to win, actually, like, my honest opinion. It had more broad appeal than Kingdom Come. Even though I feel Kingdom Come deserves it. Pavilion, radio, overgrown roots. Anyways, I'll give the altars, like, an 8 out of 10. Like, it was a very enjoyable experience, but it also gets the game good stamp that we invented some time ago. Because it's just, like, very unique. Like, I don't care if you think that 8 isn't good enough. Like, it's a very... It's an experience you aren't going to have elsewhere. Like, it's a must-play in that respect. Pavilion, radio, overgrown roots. And again, it really does get you thinking. There's so much fun stuff to do with the quantum mechanics, which normally makes my brain hurt, honestly, because it's a bunch of theoretical bullshit, but I think they did it like in a way that you can understand, a normie. Huh? One-way road. So is this a way into the tree that like the military set up? Is this what they meant by I could end the game here? Because I did not find the parts for the compressor here. It's somewhere, but as you can see, it's a maze. It's hard to see. I found a floodgate in the tunnel. I'm afraid I will only have one shot of getting further down the passage. I feel it will lead me to the right place. Door will only open if I close the previous one. So is this like a shortcut? Like you beat the game early if you don't die here? I spoiled myself just a little by looking up if that's where I can find the parts, but whatever, it is the end of the game. It's fine. Metal lever. Covered in some kind of fungus. I can't use it now. I need to find a way to get rid of the parasite first. Can I just smack it? Fuck. Oh boy, I lost all my shit. Am I just having a trip right now? Here's someone calling incomprehensibly from the depths of the corridor. Come to me. Oh god, it's Skilla. Does that say come to me? Yeah. Scratching the ground. Like Russian or something. Shiny rock. I guess these are supposed to guide me, but I'm picking them up like fucking James Woods. Ooh, shiny rock. Ooh, shiny rock. What do you think you're doing here? Get lost, poor fella. I don't even know I can turn it off. What the hell? I don't have weapons. Locked, can open with a pick. I don't have a lockpick though. so I can make a lockpick. Shovel, nice. Locked, I need a key. No. No! This is the fucking doctor's house from the beginning of the game, bro. Have I been here the whole time? The fucking room he locked us in. No way, this isn't like in my head. Ah. The flashlight's too fucking dark. I'm trapped. This was a mistake. Let me out! Let me out! Okay. Oh, piece of candy. Oh, man. Hey, hold on. I love Vor. Oh, man. I dreamed of this. Let's go. Hey, let me in! Yes! Hey, finally, I'm part of the woods. I won't be able to get through using this tunnel. The way I came. I opened the floodgates. I have a light source. I should really just pull it out. Like, fucking flashlight, bro. Ah, yes. And this path is blocked. I opened floodgates somewhere. Am I supposed to hit it with a shovel? Hold on, I'm confused. Darkwood. Floodgate. So, did I fuck up the doctor sequence, it sounds like? And I died, but that's because I ran inside the mouth. Like, it seemed like that's what you were supposed to do. I don't know if I did that right or wrong. Find yourself in a small artificial tunnel. There's a shovel with 55% durability to the right. Use it to dig the rubble to your left and enter the door beyond. I mean, I got the shovel, so I think I did it right. It says that that maul could kill you, but if you did it right, then that didn't happen. I'm confused. Like, I think I did it right, but I might have done it wrong. I'm not sure if I failed. I didn't really make it apparent. Like, I got the shovel. Do I need to watch a video and, like, see if I'm doing this wrong? Apparently this is, like, the harder ending to get, because you can fuck it up really easy. And obviously I would try and, like, reload if it let me and get the other ending if I could, but if I have an opportunity to see this, I want to. The mouth. Okay, so I fucked up. I was supposed to go inside the mouth, but I didn't get to do it fast enough and it chomped me. I died. And we are now fucked. I guess that's why I said you only get one chance. So, we will look that up later. Watch it together on the YouTube. But now I need to go find parts at the junkyard, I guess. At least they gave me a shovel for that. I might find the parts I need here too. I just gotta look around better. Like flashlight. My understanding from what I just read on Reddit is just that ending involves, like, going home. Like, you don't burn down the tree, nothing is resolved, you just kind of fucking leave. But you do learn a bit about the world somehow, which is something I want to see. And here, I just want to get the fuck out. Alright, I'll go to the junkyard. I don't want to sit through this crap anymore. I'm tired of looking at these motherfuckers. I guess I'll just walk this way. I can't find the way back to the hole. It's fine. No guards this way anyway. I just thought that trip would be easier from back at the base. Alright, this is the junkyard. I thought he was gonna do his animation if I let him get close and I could run away, but no. Who'd have thunk it'd be in the one trash pile I didn't dig up? Let me drop my good shovel for a second. Oh, this isn't the one either, fuck. I need a damn shiny rock. So there's another pile somewhere, I guess. Just don't have my parts. There it is. Why is it using the health from my good shovel? What the fuck? Antlers. I don't need any of this crap. Bring a stack of batteries, why not? Won't be needing a pitchfork. Alright, what's it called on the map? The cottage near junkyard? It's even worth going here. I could just go to the tree. I am concerned about time. We're probably at 3 hours. I don't want to do this again. Major location, first reference. Okay, so there's like a quest attached to that, but I was supposed to meet an NPC. It's like a snail, and I never encountered him, so it has nothing to do with the oxygen tank, I don't think. And maybe I do need to get in there still, but whatever. I think I'm right in. I never mastered the game. I do got hard-hitting weapons. I don't feel particularly threatened by anything except for, like, swarms. And this has honestly been a very stressful game. Not that I didn't enjoy it, or that it didn't have spooks. But, yeah. I've had my fill of stress. This isn't the kind of thing that I normally play. Not that I dislike horror in general, I like horror-themed things, just... Normally they're short-lived before it just starts to be, unpleasant. I guess you could say. Fact, when morning comes, I'm gonna go take a piss. Just in case, we might have like an hour ahead of us still. It's actually kind of fucking stupid that you miss out on an ending because you died in a vision. Like, you die in most of your visions. the vision. It's not real. What did I miss? Whack-a-mole. That was a pretty easy night. Alright, I'm gonna take a piss. BRB.